Shifting our focus to Kenya now, a Kenyan lawyer is now using boxing as a way to encourage youth in Nairobi's poor neighborhoods to help them deal with anger and stress. We leave you with this report as we wrap up this bulletin. Stay tuned to WION. Global News continues on the next side.
Boxing as a way to release stress and anger. A form of sport that Kenyan lawyer Shadrack Wambui is now using to help young people in poor Nairobi neighborhoods. Having had his own share of issues of dealing with anger and frustrations, Wambui had the idea of combining his passion for boxing with informal lessons.
I find it very easy combining being a boxer and being a lawyer, because on one field, on one end, I fight for people's causes, I fight for people's lives, I fight for people's livelihoods, I fight for people's inheritance, I fight for people's lives, literally speaking. When you're presenting people who, upon conviction, might get a sentence of up to death, so you realize that you're fighting for people's lives.
When he was a young boy, it was this combat sport that helped him. Growing up in Nairobi's slums, Shadrack's childhood was anything but easy. Poverty and abusive police encounters were all he knew. He then turned to boxing to cultivate discipline and stay focused on his studies. Getting derailed from his studies was not something he could afford.
It will be remembered that Nelson Madiba Mandela, Rohinlala, was also a boxer and a lawyer. So really, being a boxer is about fighting. Being a lawyer is about fighting. So the causes are the ones that differ. But both the martial art and the profession require some sense of commitment. They require an inner drive and inner, you must have that inner encouragement. You must encourage yourself.
As per Wambui, boxing can help young people believe in themselves. It can teach them to be more resilient. He convinced 50 young lawyers to join him in devoting part of their time to pro bono work in the slums. And during his boxing lessons, he also gives some information on what to do if a policeman asks for a bribe. The answer is to stay calm and call him.
Through the hands of the police officers, we lost livelihoods, and we also lost loved ones. So I grew up knowing that I wanted to be counter these police officers. But really the idea of becoming a lawyer, I learned of it in class 8 and class 7. That there was this profession known as the legal practitioners, or the legal profession, that if you enrolled in it, it will help you in championing a cause. So that is how I now embarked on my journey to becoming an advocate.
Demands for bribes, assault and killings by officers are common in this region. Rights groups have been making similar allegations for years, and the need for training on how to deal with some situations has become all the more critical, as Kenyan police have so far only dismissed complaints of brutality, saying violent crime requires a violent response. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.
Co-presented by Skoda. Simply clever.
WION World is One is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.